Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Today's second part about this session. What we can do is arrange the 4 hours. We are asking about harmony and also prajatas and a conversation. Vidra is continuing. स्वधर्मशीलैः पुरुषैः भगवान् यज्ञपुरुषः इच्छमानो भक्तिमता नारदेनेरितः किल. Narada described Dhruva Maharaj's qualities to Prachetas because Dhruva Maharaj is Prachetas' ancestor. So the lineage, just I will open and show you. The Transcendental Diagram revised is settled by one. Revised one I will send one. Transcendental Diagram. Whom I should send? When we are going to see series of slokas, which is going to cover this Brahmaji, Brahmaji's son Swayambhu and Shatrupa, and they have 5 children: Ahuti, Prasuti, and Devotee. They are girl babies actually, and their daughters Privrata and Uttanapada, their sons. So Uttanapada, this line we are going to discuss in the 4th canto. So he has 2 wives, Suruchi and Suniti. Suruchi's son Uttama, Suniti's son Dhruva, and Dhruva Maharaj also is having 2 wives, Brahmi and Kila. Dhruva Maharaj's 2 wives, Brahmi and Kila. Brahmi has 2 sons, Kalpa and Vatsara. Kila has 2 sons, Utkala and a daughter actually. So Utkala anyway, he became renounced person. So then Vatsara has wife, Swarniti, and she had 6, total 5, and now 6 sons: Pushparna, Tikmaketu, Isha, Urja, Vasu, Jaya. Then Pushparna, he has 2 wives, Prabha and Dosha. And Dosha has 2 sons, Pradosha, Nishita, and Vishta. Vishta has wife Pushkarini, and their son is Sarvateja, and his wife is Akuti, and their son is Chakshaman, and his wife is Natvala. So Chakshamanu has several sons, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In that, Ulmuka is the last son, and his wife is Pushkarini, and they have so 6 sons. One is Anga. Anga's wife is Sunitha, and her son is Vena. And from Vena, actually, after churning the Vena's body, Bahuka, Prthu, and Archi. So, and Prthu and Archi, they got married, and Vijitasva, their son. Then after that, these are all Maharas. Devotee and Devotees 9 daughters. These are Kala and Pati and Aputi, Vaibhava. So this also Rutu. You have any textbook? Pardon? So back side. Volume. Next volume. Next volume is having actually Prachetas and all makeup. Next volume. Okay, anyway. So this is the descendants, these are the descendants of Dhruva Maharaj. So we are going to cover almost all 6 to 7 slokas based upon this quickly. We'll read purport here. Narada Muni is always glorifying the pastimes of Lord. In this verse, we see that not only does he glorify the Lord, but he also likes to glorify. He also likes to glorify the devotees of the Lord. The great sage Narada's mission is to broadcast devotional service of the Lord. For this purpose, he has compiled Narada Pancaratriki, a directory of devotional service, so that devotees can always take information about how to execute devotional service and thus engage 24 hours a day in performing sacrifices for pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord has created 4 orders of social life, namely Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. In Narada Pancharatra, it is clearly described how each of the social orders is Supreme Personality, Supreme Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Swesve Karman Yabirataha. So, same thing. By executing one's prescribed duties, one can please Supreme Lord. In Srimad Bhagavatam also is changing. The perfection of duty is to see that by discharging one's specific duties, one satisfies Supreme Lord. When the Prachetas were performing sacrifices according to this direction, Narada Muni was satisfied to see these activities and he also wanted to glorify Dhruva Maharaj in that sacrificial arena. So this is the thing. So here Narada Muni was told because he defined Narada Pancaratriki system which guides how the society should perform. That means Archanam is there in the Suddha Bhakti and also Archanam is there in no. That means not I'm not saying Bhagavat Vidhi and Pancaratriki system. So how to do Archanam in Suddha Bhakti and how to do Archanam so which is not Suddha Bhakti. Sadhana, not sadhana. Yes, Suddha Bhakti itself is sadhana bhakti. You should not get confused that sadhana bhakti is not Suddha Bhakti. Sadhana bhakti should be Suddha Bhakti. Otherwise, so that sadhana bhakti is not going to clean the heart fully. So see, when we come in contact with the devotees, pure devotees, so we get initially some sraddha. By that we are chanting 2 rounds, 4 rounds, or 5 rounds, or 10 rounds, 16 rounds, 20 rounds, 25. So that means we are able to use some amount of time in our life for doing direct devotional service, and remaining time we identify ourselves as body, as a farmer, as a brahmana, as a kshatriya, and we do activities and we offer the result of that karma. So this kind of engagement of time is not direct devotion. And of course, those activities are helping to come to the devotion. So ultimately, after to the Lord, but still they are not comes under that means by that he will not become a pure devotee. That is not pure devotion. Because he is still identifying. That means he is still in the upadhis. And he feels that I am father of this, I am mother of this family, and I am son, these, that. So these upadhis till that time they are there, they are not pure devotees. Whenever there is a sarvopadhi vinirmuktam tatparen nirmalaktam rushike sevanam bhakti ruchite. One should come out from all the upadhis to enter into pure devotion. Without coming out from the upadhis, that means consciousness should come out. Physically, he may do that upadhi activities to set an example to the society, but consciously should be out from that. So then only it is pure devotion. For coming to that, one should study and hear about Krishna so much glories, and he should get faith on Krishna. So before that means before getting Dhruva Shraddha, whatever the stage is there, that is not pure devotion stage, but still that is devotion. So they do devotion. And here Archanam is there. And here Archanam is there after becoming pure devotion. So these 2 types of Archanam is described in Bhakti Sundar. So Archanam in the stage of pure devotion, Archanam before the pure devotion service. Just I am mentioning. So here, that means all 4 Varna people, that means they are in the Upadhis, and how to do the Archanam is also described by Pancaratriki system. And Archanam, who is beyond the modes, beyond the Upadhis, who came out from the Upadhis, so for them Archanam also is there. So that's what I am saying. So here Pancaratriki system defines both types of Archanam. Prabhupada writing how Pancaratriki system explains what? Pancaratriki system explains Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra. That means this, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord has created 4 orders of social life, namely Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra. In the Narada Pancaratriki, it is clearly described how each of social order can please Supreme Lord. That means Pancaratriki system describes how to do Archanam. So as per your Varna. That means what? This is the Archanam before pure devotion. So once if you get pure devotion, you are in the pure devotion means you should be out from the Upadhis. sarvopadhi vinirmuktam. That also is there. That both we can see even in the Bhakti. The next. यस्यास्तदेवर्षिणा तत्र वर्णिता भगवत्कथाः मह्यं शुश्रूषवे ब्रह्मन् कार्ष्णेनाचष्टुमर्हसि.
My dear Brahma, how did Narad Muni glorify his fully personal God and what customs were described in that meeting? I am very eager to hear of them. Kindly explain fully about that purification.
Purport. Srimad Bhagavatam is the record of Bhagavad Katha topics about the pastimes of the Lord. What Vidura was anxious to hear from Maitreya, we can also hear 500 years later, provided we are very eager. It's very much important, eagerness. So next. Maitreya Vacha Dhruvasya Chotkalam Putraha Pitari Prastite Vanam Sarvabhauma Shriyam Naicha Adhirajasanam Pitu.
The great sage Maitreya replied, my dear Devotee, when Maharaj Juhu departed for the forest, his son Utkal did not desire to accept the opulent king of this world, which was meant for the ruler of all lands of this world.
So, who is mother of Utkal? उत्कल को मम्मी का नाम है मम्मी सुनी थी ध्रुव महाराज का वाइफ पूछ रहा हूँ ध्रुव महाराज मम्मी ही नहीं उत्कल बेटा है ध्रुव महाराज को कितना पत्नियां हैं 2 पत्नियां हैं एक there are 2 wives Brahmi and Ila. Ila's son is Utkal and Brahmi's son is Kalpa and Vatsara. Utkala is not interested in family life. That means Ila's daughter. Dhruva Maharaj's wife Ila and her daughter is Utkala. Utkala didn't desire to accept the opulent throne of his father. Actually, he is eldest son. He is elder son. And Vatsara is youngest son. Even he is having the right to occupy the position, throne, but he is not accepted. Which was meant for the ruler of all the lands of this planet. Next. Sajanmanopa Shantatma Nisanga Samadarshanaha Dadarsha Loke Vidatam Atmanam Lokamahatmani. From his very birth, Utkala was fully satisfied and unattached to the world. He was equipoised, for he could see everything resting in the super soul and the super soul present in everyone's. The symptoms and characteristics of Utkal, the son of Maharaj Dhruva, are those of a Mahabharata. Actually, Utkal is Nirvisheshwar. Means he is Brahmavad. Of course, Prabhupada is ready. Because we can see in Mahabharata also the qualities of Nirvisheshwar. That means Brahmavad. This sloka number how much? 11. Janmana utpatyeva upashantatma gnani. He is what? He is a gnani actually. That means in our diagram, this side person is left side gnani. He is a gnani. The stages of gnani is jivatma. He is completely equipoised. And he will never see any differences between any object. So if there is no differences, then there is equipoise to everything. You will never see in the mobileness. You'll never see the penness. You'll never see the bottleness. Then everything will be oneness. That is Brahman. Everything is one or not? Huh? Sarvam Khalvidam. As said in Bhagavad Gita, Yomam Pashyati Sarvatra Sarvam Cha Mai Pashyati. The highly advanced devotee sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead everywhere. And he also sees everything resting in the Supreme. Actually, what is the difference between the topmost person on the right side and the topmost person in the left side? How he and how what is his consciousness and what is his consciousness? Huh? Ah. What is the sloka for this? Will hear. So Bhagavatam 11th canto, sloka number 2. That Uttama adhikari, sloka number is 1. 11 to 11 to what is the sloka number? Uttama adhikari sloka. Sadhus, help me. Uttama Kanishta's Navayogindras, 11th canto, 2nd chapter, first number kitna? So, Uttama adhikari, that means 45. Sarvabhuteshu yah pashyet bhagavatbhavamatmana bhutani bhagavatyatmani yesha bhagavatottama. This is Ishvara tadadhineshu balishidishassu prema maitri kopeksha yah karoti sa madhya. Then this is archayame vaharaye pujam yah sarv sraddhayehe natat bhakteshu nachanyeshu sa bhakta prakritah smrita. So this 45. Sarvabhuteshu yah pashyet bhagavad bhavam. What is the meaning of bhagavad bhavam here? That means whatever the ishta form. So like someone will be the nursing bhakta, then he will be seeing in everywhere nursing. In everyone, in every living entity, he is nursing bhakta. And someone is a Rama bhakta, then he will see Rama everywhere. Even in the pole also, he will see Rama actually. Sarva bhuteshu yah pashyet bhagavad bhavam atmana. Bhutani bhagavatyatmani. So, and they are all seeing and also you see everything in Rama. And everywhere Rama. So, he is Bhagavatam. And what about the left side, the topmost person? How he will be? What is his consciousness? Brahmabhuta Prasannatma Nasochati. Only that much. Mad Bhakti Labate Parama. That's not. That he will get Brahmabhuta Prasannatma will become devotee when if he get association of devotee, then only he will be coming here directly. From here to he will come here. So one can come to this path, devotional path, only by the association. By the association of people. Parama Swatantra Bhagavad Bhakta Sangha Tat Krupa Jata Mangalo. Parama Swatantra Bhagavad Bhakta Sangha Tat Krupa Jata Mangalo. That means they should get association of pure devotion. Another fundamental thumb rule actually. Thumb rule is one can become pure devotee just because of only one and only reason is what? association of pure devotee. Otherwise, no, impossible. If karmi get the karma mishra bhakta, then this karma mishra bhakta will become maximum of what? Karma mishra bhakta. If karmi get the association of the gnana mishra bhakta, then he will become gnana mishra bhakta. Can he become karma mishra bhakta? That means now you have karma mishra bhakti in your heart, and if your association, if you go and give your association, then all will become what? Karma mishra bhakta only. Nobody will become pure devotee. Yes. It's just the bhaktas krupa. No. Parama Swatantra Bhagavat. Pure devotion, pure devotee is what? Parama Swatantra. Once after entering into this, who is controlling whom? Lord is controlling devotee or devotee is controlling Lord? Devotee is controlling. What Lord says? Aham bhakta paradhina. So that's why devotee is what? Parama Swatantra. So devotee is not, that means devotee senses are not giving senses also. That means through the senses only he will be giving association. Na? Hands and legs are also out of working senses. So this way, that's why devotee is completely, he is having his control on this. But in the normal people, karmis people, their senses, their working and knowledge senses all are controlled by Paramatma as per the karma of the jivatma. But in the case of the devotees, that means who completely surrendered to him, and in their case, Lord will not take charge on them. You're understanding? So they will take. That means they will take, on contrary, they will take. And that's why those devotees are going and giving mercy to some X person. Why you are giving to X person? Lord will ask any question. Lord will ask. Because he is also controlled by them. So that's why Krupa is what? Ahaituki. Causeless. So why devotee go and give mercy? That pure devotee, not we. We are not pure devotees. We are all conditioned devotees, Mr. Bhaktas. And we also see people with conditioning nature. ये तो पैसा वाला है इसीलिए हमको पैसा है तो ऐसा हम लोग नहीं तो ये तो बहुत स्मार्ट है आई लाइक स्मार्ट पीपल स्मार्ट दैट्स व्हाई आई मेक so that's why we are not in the stage of pure devotion. That's why they will also not get the pure devotion. So who's misfortune? It's your part or they are not misfortune. Even here, something is better than nothing. But afterward, after going to the process, of course, you will get to that. Why mention better? I am supposed to take association of pure duty, but I am in the that also you come to know another pure devotee's message. Somewhere, otherwise, how you will go? Understand? Otherwise, you'll be in that flow only. This is only the pure devotion. So that's why one pure they need. Otherwise, they cannot, because jivatma inherently is what? Is a tatastha shakti. Yes. Jivatma is tatastha shakti, and it is also covered with what? Jivatma is covered with different layers. Ahankara, chittam. So jivatma, and it is covered with avidya, and it's a karma. And then it is a chittam, ahankara, buddhi. So if you take chittam this side and ahankara this side. So ahankara, chittam, buddhi, mind, senses. Buddhi means intelligence. It is covered with these layers. And jivatma is by nature it is a tatastha shakti. And it is covered with avidya. And such a jivatma, using all these faculties which are all out of external energy, using these faculties, can it gain automatically, can it get automatically by processing by doing some activities by itself? This jivatma is not having any connection with any pure devotee, pure devotion, and by just or otherwise it is associating the another jivas. They are also conditioned and they have avidya and they are also tatastha and having this kind of, that means layers. So millions of jivas are together like this by their mutual exchanges. Will they get pure devotion? No. Pure devotion is another item which is completely what? It is a function of Swarupa Shakti. That Swarupa Shakti has to be given. Bhakti should be awarded. Bhakti cannot be achieved. By your own faculties, by using what you will do, millions and millions of years also you spend with that kind of association. Nothing is going to go. It should be given. Who is having the bhakti in his heart, he should give to you. Then only. So that's.
No one become qualified to achieve that. Now I am like sometimes our preaching that they get their 10%. Why? Because they have first time they came across that kind of that philosophy. Now they think that this is only the like top one. Now whenever we propose something, it is like this. Then they don't listen. Now they will now get that perceive.
That you should do. Because they are in association, karmis are these deviations, deviated sampradayas, some people. They are not upsampradayas. They are in association of sampradayas. So, Jiva Goswami, what he is saying, the receiver's speed is always dependent on what? Power of the giver. हमारे पास दम नहीं, इसीलिए गम हो गया, तब गम. Bhakti Shakti varies from everyone, person to person. And everyone's heart bhakti is not equal actually. And type also is not equal. And also amount of mercy given by person is also varies. Varies. Amount of mercy you get. And of course your anarthas also matters how much you are receiving. And your anarthas also can be destroyed if the sadhu is so powerful. He can destroy all anarthas and he can put that much possibility here. And that krupa is what? Ahaituki. Now we all came to know, so that's why if we don't know, now we are karmish bhakta, then we should pray, we can pray. We came to know that that is also, if someone is saying out of his mercy only is saying, this kind of bhakti you should get. Yes or no? That is his mercy actually. You should get this kind of bhakti, and generating such a desire is also important. I should get pure devotion. This desire if you have, now you can aspire for that. Prabhupada gave in his books and he wrote, Acharyas wrote, but someone should be there and to explain to you. Otherwise, Shastra, Guru also is needed. Not that only Shastra is going to take care of everything. Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Books are only enough, huh? No need to have teachers. It's not like that. Otherwise, what will happen? Like 24 hours chanting means you take that after खाने पीने के बाद जो बचा टाइम है उसी को 24 hours. Then you need to take meanings. Because as per the mode's influence, we take the meanings of those words. So that's why just by reading books, everyone become devotee. So then books are available and Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, everything is available. But why they are not getting the same conclusion? Because that's why association is important. Bhakti comes from association. Bhakti comes from association. Books are also having its role. Shastra is also having the role. And sadhu is also having the role. Among those sadhus who gave mercy to you, you make someone as guru. So that's why guru also comes. First sadhu, then after that, guru. Shastra. All the process is explained actually. If you have some time, Guru Prakara course, kindly, I request all of you, I beg all of you. Very, very important concepts. Make concepts clear actually. If you don't make your concepts clear, so much damage is going to happen to for your personal damage and also communal damage. Really. So concepts we are not grasping properly. Please. So the whole process is also explained. Because this process, even millions of years before also same, after the 1,000 years, lakh years later also it will be same. Bhakti comes always from association. And all the axioms, Bhakti axioms, and the science of Bhakti, everything is always same. Even Satyuga same, Kali Yuga same. So, my point is, without association, that means it is simply because you see, Bahiranga Shakti and Tatastha Shakti and these kind of people are associating, which are who that jivatma tatastha Shakti is also covered with avidya. Millions of people associate. What is that going to happen? Sarup Shakti, how it will come there? It will never come. It will come when it will be given by someone. That's a Parama Swatantra Bhagavad Bhakta Sangha Tat Krupa Jata Mangalodaya. So, who is going to get pure devotion? That means who is going to get strong faith and enter into pure devotion? So, those people who got the association of Parama Swatantra Bhagavad Bhakta and his Krupa. Then you will get Dhruva. So that's why in our diagram, you can see. In diagram what? Karmis, when they associate, when they get not they associate, when they get association of Paramaswatantra Bhagavad Bhakta. So when they get the association Karmis, then you can go this way. So these get the association. Then with their kripa, if they study Shastra, then only they understand Krishna is Supreme Personality of God. If Krupa is not there, Paramaswatantra Bhagavad Krupa is not there. If you take the book and if you read himself, he cannot come to the conclusion. Even if he says Krishna is Supreme Personality of God, he thinks that हम जितना भी देख रहे हैं उन लोगों से थोड़ा श्रेष्ठ हो सकता है. ऐसा ही सोचेगा. He will be some better person. He imagined the meaning of Supreme Personality as per his conditioning in his intelligence and his chitta and his mind. But he will not understand. No. So, and also when he studied the contradictory qualities of the Krishna, he is the smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest. And he is having no birth and he is having the birth. And he can do whatever do with the hands and same thing he can do with the eyes also. His eyes can do the actions of hand and hand can do actions of eye. Such a statements if he hear and if he doesn't get the mercy of pure devotee, if he keep on taking this kind of books and reading, what he will think? Because his mind and intelligence all are maximum can work based upon logic. Since it is beyond logic, can he accept these statements even if he reads? No. If someone is accept means he already got association mercy. Otherwise, no. Not possible. Jivatma, which is covered with avidya, Jivatma constitutional Shakti, and which is having the covered with the different layers, it cannot do. It. Because maximum he can accept which is convenient to the existing his condition. But Krishna is beyond all material conditions. And his position, his nature, in his qualities, everything is beyond all the material conditions. So Jivatma accepting such a thing is possible when it get mercy of purity. Otherwise, no. Now you might be thinking, oh, I am accepting. Baba, you got the mercy, that's why you are accepting. Otherwise, you cannot. Otherwise, you cannot. Some people, they think that accept for accepting, oh, he is in the mode of goodness, that's why he is accepting. No. What is it? There is no role of mode of goodness here. Here the role is what? Mercy of purity. Philosophical axioms should be clear with us. Don't. So that means take the wrong axioms and wrong speculation. Don't. It will be bad actually. So, who is becoming Gnani and who is becoming Bhakta? It purely depends upon association. Association is their free will. That means the Parama Swatantra Bhagavad Bhakta is completely independent. Whatever he wants to give, wherever he wants to give, he will give. But we give conditioning means we are not Parama Swatantra Bhagavad Bhaktas. If our mind is still in the conditioning, our distribution is also in the conditioning means we are not. We are not in the pure devotion. Pure devotion means sarvopadhi vinirmuktam. The one who came out from all upadhi. For him, any upadhi no matters actually. If someone is poor or rich, he never see that. No. Because he himself out of upadhis and he doesn't give any value for any upadhis. So he independently distributes his mercy. So that's why bhakti is causeless. It's not that the bhakti will come to the some people they say agnata sukriti. So why he got the mercy of pure devotee agnata sukriti? But what is that agnata sukriti? Define it. See, agnata means not known, unknown. So that is nothing but what? He got the past association of pure devotee is there. That's why Juhu Goswami says, who is eligible to get the Dhruva sraddha? That means who is eligible to get the Dhruva sraddha? So this Dhruva sraddha, only those people, those karmis who got the association of pure devotee and their mercy. So that's the Yadruchaya. In that sloka, Yadruchaya means what? In that sloka he writes the meaning of Yadruchaya. So Yadruchaya matkadado shraddha, na? Eligibilities. You remember 11 to 11, 20th sloka number 8. Yadruchaya matkatado jata shraddha. That means Krishna is saying who is eligible for bhakti. Bhakti means pure bhakti. Who got shraddha? Who gets shraddha? Yadruchaya. Yadruchaya means what? Achanaksya. Achanaksya means what? Parama Swatantra Bhagavat Bhakta Sangha Tat Krupa Chata Mangalodayana. This is the definition of Yadruchaya. You see, in that book, Yadruchaya definition is given. If you see in the commentary of that, Yadruchaya means what is the meaning of Yadruchaya? Kenapi somehow or other Parama Swatantra Bhagavat Bhakta Sangha Tat Krupa Jata Mangalodayana. He is explaining this. That means jivatma's bhakti begins with association. But if he got unfortunately karma Mr. Bhakta, then he will be doing karma Mr. Bhakti and he will be going back to the salokya mukti sarupya sarishti. Because he is not taught. So bhakti is only the sadhya. But he is doing karma Mr. Bhakti and with the goal of liberation. That means he want to get rid of material pain. Only Suddha Bhaktas, they consider serving Krishna is not only the sadhana, it is sadhya. This who knows only the pure devotees. And such a person's mercy, this jiva gets conditioned jiva, then only it will be looking for that. Otherwise, it will be in the inertia of whatever inertia is there in that. What is Newton's second law? Huh? That is third law. Huh? It is in the rest or in the motion until unless there is external energy. What is the first law? First law is this one. Second law is change in momentum is proportional to force, applied force. So, अभी देख रहे हैं सर्च कर if body is in the rest, it will be rest until unless there is external forces up. So that means similarly, if it is in the motion, it will be in the motion. Similarly, jivatma, which is conditioned by, which is covered by the avidya and which is covered by the layers, it will be like that forever. Until unless there is a association of devotee. If it get the association of Jnani, then it will be in that mode. If it is getting the association of Karma Mr. Bhakta, it is in that mode. Until unless there is another force is out. That's another pure devotee of Christ in his life. Because Jivatma is constitutionally what? Tatastha Sakti. There is a situation. It is neutral. Wherever you keep, there it will be. That is the meaning of tatastha. Huh? Tatastha meaning is actual meaning. Tatastha can be anywhere. It can be covered by the Maya and it can associate Yoga Maya. That's it is tatastha. No, our free will is it. Naki barabar. So that's why Yadruchya meaning. See, Yadruchya meaning is given what? It's not given free will. Yadruchya meaning is what? परम स्वतंत्र भगवत भक्त संग तत्कृपा जात मंगलोदय. किसी के जीवन में मंगल का उदय हुआ. कब मंगल का उदय हुआ? कृपा से. वो कृपा कैसा आया? संग से. वो संग किसका संग? प्योर डिवोटी, स्वतंत्र भक्त, परम स्वतंत्र भगवत भक्त. उससे श्रद्धा आता है. जिसकी पास श्रद्धा है वही प्योर डिवोशन करते हैं ना. Try to see in this diagram. Who is able to do pure devotion? Those who got Shraddha. But who get this Shraddha? So in the karmis, those Mangala is Udaya. Auspicious is arranged. In who? How it will be arranged? Because of Krupa. So that Krupa comes from where? Association. Whose association? This. If this Mangalodaya is there, and then if we study Bhakti Shastras, then he will understand conclusions of Shastra as pure devotion. And he will put faith on that and he will do pure devotion. Otherwise, So like this two Gnani said, the topmost, here actually Utkala is Gnani. Gnani. So anyway, it's a good opportunity to speak about Mahabharata. Prabhupada is telling about Mahabharata. So it is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, Mam Maya Tatam Idam Sarvam Jagat Avyakta Murti. Lord Krishna is spread all over the universe in his impersonal flesh. Everything is resting on him. But that doesn't mean that everything is he himself. All these are all contradictory statements. Everything is inside in him and he is also inside everything. How it is? This is logically, is it fitting through any logic? No. It's beyond logic. Then how to believe this 100%? Who can believe? In whose life Mangalodayam happened? जिसकी जीवन में मंगल का उदय हुआ वही एक्सेप्ट कर पाएगा, नहीं तो एक्सेप्ट किया मानते लेकिन एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते. एक्सेप्ट करेंगे तो क्या होगा? सरेंडर हो जाए. यदि ऐसा कृपा नहीं मिलता तो क्या होता है? सुनते हैं बस अपना मीनिंग बना के छोड़ देते. ये इसका अपना फिटिंग मीनिंग, इसलिए मुंडे मुंडे मतिर पे अपना मुंडी के अनुसार सोचते हैं, अपना अपना तात्पर्य लगा के बैठते हैं. लोग बोलते सब हाँ सुन रहे हैं प्रभु जी, हाँ सुन रहे हैं, लिखो बोलो माने तब बोलते लिखो. व्याख्या करो खुद का व्याख्या, अपना कंडीशन. देखिए अभी हमारा में कितना डिविएशन है, कितना फिलॉसफी हमारे सोसाइटी में भी सैकड़ों फिलॉसफी आ गए. Purity is very important. Right understanding and purity. A highly advanced Mahabhagavad devotee sees in this spirit. He sees same super soul Paramatma existing within everyone's heart, regardless of discrimination based on the different material forms of living entities. He sees everyone as part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of God. The Mahabhagavad, who experiences Supreme Godhead's presence everywhere. That means he is Ishta form, whom he worships. That person only he sees it. That form only he sees it. Okay. Atmanam Brahma Nirvanam Pratyastam Mita Vigraham Avabodhara Saikatmyam Ananda Manusantatam Avyachinna Yogagni Takta Karma Malashaya Swarupamavarundhano Natmanonyam Tadaikshata. By expansion of his knowledge of Supreme Brahman, he had already attained liberation from the bondage of the body. This liberation is known as Nirvana. He was situated in transcendental bliss and he continued always in that blissful existence, which expanded more and more. This was possible for him by continual practice of Bhakti Yoga, which is compared to fire because it burns away all dirty material things. He was always situated in his constitutional position of self-realization and he couldn't see anything else but Supreme Lord and himself engaged in discharging devotional service. So actually what he said, Atmanam Brahma Nirvana. What he got? Brahma Nirvana. Avabodha Rasaikatmya Anandam Anusantatam Avyavachinna Yogatmi Datta Karma Malashayaha Swarupam Avarundhano Na Atmano Anyam Tadaikshata. So he didn't see other than Brahman. No, he didn't see anything. And his karma is completely destroyed. So actually this is right side. Right side person, how they get liberation? They also get liberation by bhakti only. Initially what they do? After getting association of jnani, what they do? Karmis. Nishkam Karma Yoga. By doing Nishkam Karma Yoga, what happens?
He understand he is not his body.
No,
He understand he is not body.
not body, he understands himself as soul. Chit. So in the Nishkama Karma Yoga process, what is happening? Tolerating, na? Nishkam Karma Yoga, what is Nishkam Karma Yoga? Do your dharma, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, whatever dharma. So, and whatever result comes, you should not affected by that. Because what is the soul? Jivatma, Jivatma Chit Padartha. Happiness, distress, all are belongs to whom? Body, actually mind. So, Sukha, Dukkha, Ichcha, Dvesh, all are the properties of mind. Now he is feeling. So, these are all the functions of mind actually. And knowing also, that now you are seeing mobile and getting knowledge, this is mobile. Where it is stored actually? In the soul or in the intelligence? It is in the intelligence, not in the soul. So now if you eat the laddu and if you feel tasty, this taste feeling is a property of whom? Is a function of whom? Mind. Feeling is whose property? Mind property. But Jivatma is away from, out from all of these. So, but now because of the being covered by the avidya, it is contaminated consciousness. That means Jivatma being covered by avidya, now what it is doing? Whatever the feelings coming in mind or intelligence, whatever is happening, it is claiming his own. Spirit is conditioned spirit. Yeah. Spirit which is covered with the avidya, now begin influenced by the ahankara, false ego. So then it is identifying properties of mind or intelligence as his own. But actually no. कोई चोरी किया और उसको पिटाई चल रहा है तो ये सोच रहे मैं चोरी किया मुझे पिटाई हो रही, दुख भी उनको हो रहा है लेकिन ये सोच रहे दुख हमको हो रहा है. एक्चुअल दुख किसको हो रहा है? उसको. माने सुख दुख ये सभी किसको आ रहा है? माइंड को. तो इससे बाहर आना है. सो देन व्हाट इट शुड डू? निष्काम कर्म योग. Tolerate. When you start tolerating, that means whatever is you do duties, and while doing duties also matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha agama paino tan titikshasva. So that means while doing your duties, whatever the pain and pleasure comes because of the sense objects associating with the senses, you may get sometimes pleasure and pain. You should tolerate. And tolerate, and if one does his duties, and also whatever result comes, pain or pleasure, and tolerate that, then what is going to happen? Then that Jivatma is coming to his original consciousness. I am not body. This is Nishkam Karma. This process is not necessary for devotees. This process is necessary for Jnanis. So devotees also, they should tolerate so that they will be in the mode of goodness. And why they want to be in the goodness? To realize self? No. To hear from pure devotees and take the meanings as it is. If you are in the goodness, then we will be taking the meanings as it is. Neither, if you are not in the mode of goodness, then you take, as per passion and ignorance, you take the conveniently meanings as per your mode. So that's the devotees also should be in the varnashram system, Daiva varnashram. But that there is no focus of Brahman realization, no. Pure devotion focus. They also do their duties and they will be offering the result of the Lord. So with love to the Lord, to increase their love. But these people, Nishkama Karma Yogis, they are offering the result of their karma to the Lord to get detached from that. This. So Jnanis they offer. So that's why offering is also a different actually. They are offering. So like that, they are doing so many activities and trying to separate their consciousness from body. That is when they realize that means I am not body. That means they are able to tolerate the results of karma nicely, and they are not affected by the result of their karma. So that is known as antakarma. Then they are eligible to leave karma. And in karma pakad kya payega? Why we have to follow dharma? To atma tattvaya kalpite. That means to realize self. They can leave karma on the right side when they get full shraddha on the Lord. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. If you get strong faith on that, then is there any need to depend on the body and the relations related to the body? No, cut off. Then what you will be doing 24 hours? Direct devotion. Hey, these words you should remember all. Direct devotion 24 hours without desiring other things. That is pure devotion. Very simple. Why it is not going inside? Is going or not? Ababa. So Mangalodaya should happen. Then he should read Bhakti Shastras, hear Bhakti Shastras, remove all the asambhanas and viparitabanas, then Drushatta comes. But Mangalodaya doesn't happen. That means pure devotee association is not there. Books leke kitna bhi padho.
How one gets association, like is it personal or is it also?
Yeah. So it should be personal. Should be sadhu sangha, sangha, Paramasundar Bhagavad Bhakta Sangha.
So when we say Guruji, Bhagavad Paradhina, Bhagavad Study, so this means be there or it's just
Not the 24 hours.
Prabhupada's purpose when we speak this line, this verse, then we say okay, we are reading under the direction of Prabhupada, we are following this. Or we need further a personal note also.
Person definitely. Otherwise, if someone is able to understand means he got already previous immerse. Otherwise, Jiva, which is Tatastha Shakti covered with this avidya and other layers, impossible. But what is the special role of Prabhupada? Compared to previous acharyas, he made that more and more easy and simple. In that way, he is adding his mercy there. But that also one can get when there is a mercy of Guru. Otherwise, you reading book and you take your convenient meanings actually. Why not? What is the difference then? Do you think Vasudev is a less? Then why everyone is not becoming devotee? Because so, but what is the difference between Vasudev presentation and Srila Prabhupada presentation? Srila Prabhupada added his extra mercy. Vasudev mercy is completely in the text, is a Sanskrit. Very difficult to get that. In that way, Prabhupada is for us very important. But Jiva, which is Tatastha Shakti covered with these kind of modes, layers. So, without having the mercy, even if it read, it cannot get.
Even after taking association duties, people live bhakti. So are they received mercy or even after having association of duties they live? So
Anarthas can be possible. Anarthas also many types. Anarthas done in this life, but anarthas done in previous lives. They also give effect. Like in the case of Bharat Maharaj, So two types of reasons you can take. Lord only to increase his devotion intensity, he created attachment towards the deer. You can take like that. That's Lord created. Or otherwise his anarthas created that. Also, like anarthas also can give results like that. Even after association of pure devotees, if anarthas are there, so his bhakti will be slacking. That factor also is possible. And that anartha can be destroyed by pure devotee or not? Yes. But he is necessary. Can you color पकड़ के पूछ सकते हैं क्यों नहीं destroy करेंगे? परम स्वतंत्र. If they want to destroy, they destroy. Otherwise, they don't destroy. That's their free will. Then you come to know then what you should do. Then you should go and beg mercy. Then try to please him. So that's why Narada Muni got two types of mercy. Narada Muni in the childhood at 5 years old, but initially he got ahaituki kripa. Then after that, Shanto Danto, that means he controlled his body and mind and senses and he served, and then he got another extra mercy. But initial mercy should be always, it will be, it must actually, it is always, it is ahaituki. Ahaituki. Okay, nirvana, he got nirvana actually. It's Uttama. So, Nishkama Karma Yoga they do, then after that, they do practice of Jnana Yoga. They do practice of Jnana Yoga. So that means after that, Jnana Sadhana, 13th chapter, sloka number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All the Jnana Sadhanas, 20 are given now. These Jnana Sadhanas they practice and they get Upadekshana Vidhi Jnanam Jnanina Tattva Darshana. So Tattva Darshis, that means who knows Brahman. So from them they learn Brahman, Brahma Tattva. Finally, what? They should leave Jnana also. Because Jnana is useful to know Brahman, but to become one with Brahman, Jnana also should not be there. Jivatma, only Jnana is out of goodness, but that also should be out. Only Jivatma should go and merge into the Brahman. Brahman is also Chit Padartha, Jivatma is Chit, but if Chit is covered with Jnana, that is also obstacle actually to go and merge into the Brahman. So that's why they will live in the Jiva, to reach to the Jivan Mukta stage, they will cut the Jnana with Jnana. That means at the peak stage, they realize that I don't want Jnana. That means I don't want to practice. Jnana is also obstacle for me. With that knowledge, they destroy knowledge. Then what is remaining with them? With them, the little bhakti is remaining. Mam chayu avyabhicharena bhakti yogi. So, sorry. So, what is that? 14th chapter, last sloka. Mam chayu avyabhicharena bhakti yogena seva. Sa guna samatitye brahma bhuyaya. So that person finally, so he is leaving that jnana also. Then what is remaining with him? Only previously did bhakti in this stage. With that help of that bhakti, this jivatma is going and merging in Brahman. Please read this file. Then that is known as Brahma Nirvana. He got like that. That's why Prabhupada is writing that is also true. With the help of bhakti, he destroyed all the. That means he reached the Brahman. That is also true. Because ultimately, if you are going to any realization, Brahman realization, Paramatma, Bhakti, that is happening only because of Bhakti. No, that means Jnana, Karma or anything, nothing is going to help you. Because किसी को कंडीशनिंग से बाहर लाने के लिए वो जो चीज है वो बाहर का चीज होना चाहिए. कंडीशनिंग का चीज कंडीशनिंग को हटा देगी क्या? जैसा अभी कोई भी व्यक्ति है, so someone is in the ditch, and he can throw him out from the ditch. No, ऊपर उठा के थोड़ा कर दिया तब तो वो भी थोड़ा नीचे जाएगा और उसके साथ साथ दोनों चले जाएंगे. So if you want to take out someone from ditch means he should be outside. That means only bhakti element can pull the jivatma from these three modes. So goodness will bring you to the goodness, that's all. Goodness will cut goodness, but goodness will not put you in the Brahma. Vidya cannot put you in the Brahma. Bhakti will put jivatma in Brahma. That's why Jnanis also ultimately they should take shelter of Bhakti. That's why it is said in the 14th chapter, Jnana Yoga. That's the 6 chapters about Jnana Yoga, but still what is it? Mamcha Yoga, Avyabhicharena Bhakti Yogena Seva. Sa Gunam Samaditye Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpita. So that Bhakti is not the Bhakti like pure devotion. That Bhakti is, in the case of Jnanis, after leaving the Jnana, so whatever remaining Bhakti is like that Bhakti. That is very, of course, it's only devotion. That's why it said that Avyabhichari Bhakti. But that is not like the Bhakti of a right side person, right side. So the person ever who is there, his Bhakti is Anyabilasha Sunyam Gnana Karmadhyanam. That is different. We are not. Who said we are? We are here. इसमें भी नहीं वो एक ऐसा awkward situation में हम लोग straight करने Prabhupada wanted this society to be straight because we should not do vikarma because rajas and tamas is always inflicting this mind and intelligence. It is influenced by rajas and tamas, and you are using those faculties to develop sraddha. You want to use that kind of mind and intelligence to hear from the sadhus. So then you'll take the biased meanings actually. कोई भी लाल कपड़ा लाल चश्मा पहन के देखेंगे तो सब कुछ लाल दिखेगा जिसका बुद्धि काम से भरा हुआ है और भगवान की लीलाओं में काम देखेगा वो. He will take all convenient meanings to satisfy himself. That's why at least there should be in the mode of goodness. It's not so easy actually. Hearing is not an easy process. One should be in the mode of goodness to hear. And only you will take proper meanings.
They are not started.
Absolutely. They say, I pamper your back and you scratch my back and I will scratch your back. Like that, you know. That means we are. आजकल क्या है ना आप प्योर डिवोटी हो हम प्योर. There is a syndrome actually. We have one syndrome actually. What is that? We are affected by one great syndrome, not acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, but another syndrome is there. The self-approved pure devotional syndrome is there. Self-approved pure devotional syndrome. Self-proclaimed or self-proclaimed is best. Self-proclaimed pure devotional syndrome.
Because we used to think that we are enough because we are doing some other.
कल परसों जाने वाले रुचि और नरसों आ सकते और तरसों भाव में जाके उसके बाद एक लकड़ी को लड़की को पकड़ उसका we read Prabhupada purports very carefully, each and every word. But problem is not reading is sufficient. Hearing is important. Reading means once again you will put your own meanings. You try to justify your own understanding all the time. Yes, sir. Hearing from pure devotee is more important. Otherwise, if you hear from a person like you and he will also same thing. Yes, yes, you are nice. You are pure devotee. I am pure devotee. We are all pure devotees. कल जा रहे चले जा रहे हम लोग भगवत था.
This from Kacha mango, Pakka mango, unripe mango.
We need ripened mango association. Then it will be ripened. कच्चा mango सच में सड़ जाएगी सब मिलके.
But it तो महाभागवत mention किया. महाभागवत mention किया. महाभागवत.
Prabhupada writing with view of devotion. Prabhupada always take right, left side topics also. Similarly, he take immediately right side. Right side expressions he gives. Actually, he is a gnani. He is not Mahabhagavad. Utkal is not. So that's why it depends upon the Krupa. He didn't get to.
In this case, what are his chances of getting Bhakti or going back? Because father's mukta is there.
Yes, definitely. But whose Prabhava is more? That's why the power of the devotion. And not only power, the amount of mercy they give. So, if pure devotee want to give mercy, he can give. It's not necessary. You cannot ask this Dhruva Maharaj, why you didn't give mercy to your son? Then Paramasutandra, even Lord also cannot question. For Falena Parichayate, that means we should understand that he didn't get Kripa of the Utkala, didn't get the Kripa of Dhruva. Simple.
Even in case of Advaita son or daughter, five sons, he or Brahmavadi son.
Even Bhakti Thakur's also. Some other Sampradaya, I think he went on. Bhakti Thakur's. That's not necessary actually. So that's why that area is completely open area for Swatantra Bhaktas. We cannot question them. No. When one is situated in that position, he no longer has any interest. Okay. Jadanda Badironmatta Muka Kruti Ratanmati Lakshita Pati Balanam Prashanta Chirivanala. Utkala appeared to the less intelligent persons on the road to be foolish, blind, dumb, deaf, and mad. Although actually he was not so. He remained like a fire covered with ashes without blazing flames. In order to avoid contradiction, botheration, and unfavorable situations created by materialistic persons, the great saintly persons like Jadaparta and Utkala remain silent. The less intelligent considers such saintly persons to be mad, deaf, and dumb. Factually, an advanced devotee avoids speaking with persons who are not in devotional life. But to those who are in devotional life, he speaks in friendship. And he speaks to innocence, birthday, and what is that? So, Madhyamadhikari, Lakshanas, Prabhupada, right? Ishra Tadinish Bhajishu, Krupa, so Prema, Maitri, Krupopeksha. For all practical purposes, the whole world is full of non-devotees, and so one kind of very advanced devotee is called Bhajananandi. Those who are Goshtyanandi, however, preach to increase the number of devotees. So that's why Bhajananandis, they go and sit and they are always in their bhajan. Goshtyanandis also they are doing bhajan always, but externally they may do see, you may see the non-devote, that means you may see they are doing normal activities. They will never do any sinful activities. They are doing normal activities. They are not doing bhajan like that. But no, 24 hours chanting keep on going in them. Goshtyanandis. But whatever required to preach to others, they do those activities. If there is a need to construct a bathroom, they will construct. If there is a need to put a road, then they will put it. But bhajan is not stopped. That means they are compassionate towards the living entities. Those who are Koshtyanandi, however, preach to increase the number of devotees. But even such preachers also avoid opposing elements who are unfavorably disposed towards Anukulisya Sankalpa, Pratikulisya Varcha. Because they are surrendered. Whichever is, that's why the symptoms, sorry, the angas of the surrenderance is Anukulisya Sankalpa, Pratikulisya Varjanam, Rakshayishyati Disasa, Goptrutya Varanam, Karpanyam, Tata Karpanyam, Atmaniksha. So this. Can you say Bhajanandis are wrong? Bhajanandis are not wrong. If they do dong, then they are wrong. They have no interest to distribute their mercy, but they are sitting and doing bhajan. That's all. Let them. Huh? What? That's not bad. But our line is Goshtyanandi. Prabhupada writes, 7th canto, Prahlad Maharaj prays. There also once again he touches. We are all the followers of Prahlad Maharaj. How he preached, so we also preach. This is our lineage. We are all Goshtyanandis. Matvatam jadamunmattam Kulavruddha samantrina Vatsaram bhupadim chakrur Yaviyasam Brahme Sutam. Brahmi's son, who is Bhavi's son? Two wives are there, Dhruva Maharaj. Who are those? Brahmi and Ila. So Ila's son is Uttama and Brahmi's son Vatsa. So because elder son is not interested, then younger son was given with royal throne. He was elevated to royal throne. So see, it appears that although there was monarchy, it was not at all an autocracy. Monarchy generally think that autocracy. No, autocracy means, who is example for autocracy? Duryodhana also having ministers. You know, Duryodhana used to take care of his society very nice, Praja very nice. Only have enviousness towards Pandavas. Like autocracy, Hitler and these people. Recent examples. Autocracy. I don't hear autocracy, yes, Vena. Monarchy means king will be there and he will be taking the help of councillors, ministers, and take the suggestions. And he feel Brahmanas or sadhus are superior to him. The monarch. There were senior family members and ministers who could make changes and elect the proper person to the throne. Although the throne could be occupied only by the royal family. In modern days also, wherever there is a monarchy, sometimes the ministers and elderly members of the family select one member from royal family to occupy the throne in presence of in preference to another. In preference to, this is family members and all are there selecting. That means law is working here. The law is working. That means others' opinion is working. That's why it's not autocracy. Appointed person, he will rule. And if he's doing wrong, then all these people will go and remove him. That is monarchy. So who will remove? Powerful Brahmanas will remove. Now in the Kali Yuga, Brahmanas, they don't have. That's why all these calamities, problems. There is no perfect Brahmana. One of the perfect Brahmana in the history is, who is the last Brahmana, proper Brahmana? Chanakya. ब्राह्मण का कैपेसिटी उतना रहता है, एक ब्राह्मण काफी है, पूरा दुनिया की भारी पड़ते हैं। शिक्षक साधारण नहीं होता है, समाज का निर्माण और प्रलय उनका गोद में खेलते रहते। ये ब्राह्मण का पावर ही रहता है। he can create actually kshatriyas and vaishyas and everything, whole society he can create. This Krishna conscious movement is meant for creating brahmanas, Prabhupada says. लेकिन अभी क्या हो रहा है देखिए, we are so happy just getting the mercy of some so-called meat eater and so some drunkards. Oh, he came to our program and so nice. We are compromised actually.
Sometimes they are more eager.
Huh?
More eager to get yes.
Who?
Right. So many flights.
It is saying that Iskcon many devotees, they are now eager to get
Kshatriya? No, that's not Kshatriya. It's Chugli Baji. That's not Kshatriya actually. Kshatriya means what? He's a protector actually. He follows dharma. He gives life for others' welfare, others' benefit. ऐसा कौन है? Huh?
Some group was coming up with that thought process. Prabhupada spoke about Varnashram Dharma. So Iskcon need no for.
First of all, we should be strong in Brahmanical culture. Brahmanas should be strong. What is the Sama, Dhamma, Tapas, Saucham, Kshanti, Raj? Should be controlled in mind and senses. And he is Brahman. And such a tapasya, if he is having, then he can study all the shastras and he can pick out the necessary things for the society as per time. And he can easily. We are not able to design our own curriculum for creating Kshatriyas, for creating Vaishyas, for creating Brahmanas. Where is the curriculum? Where is Varnashrama curriculum? Varnashrama college curriculum. Because Brahmanas are not strong actually. पहले ब्राह्मण स्ट्रांग रहते तो ऑटोमेटिक क्षत्रिय बन जाते. Kshatriyas are not superior. Brahmanas are superior. Selfless Brahmana, pure and who well versed in Shastra. ऐसा नहीं कि लाभ को उसके लिए शास्त्र पढ़ेगा, वो ब्राह्मण नहीं है. इसको पढ़ने से मुझे क्या फायदा मिलेगा, ये क्लास में अच्छा दे पाऊंगा, बस इसके लिए थोड़ा पढ़ूंगा, बाकी हमको नहीं चाहिए, वो कभी ब्राह्मण ही नहीं हो सकता है. ब्राह्मण वो है जो समस्त ज्ञान को एकदम बिना अपेक्षा, फल की अपेक्षा पढ़ के सो अपने पास रखते हैं और कभी भी अपने इंद्रिय तृप्ति के लिए यूज ही नहीं करेगा पैसा कमाने के लिए. ये ब्राह्मण है. वैष्णव तो और भी दूर का बात है, इतना दूर है कि वैष्णव तो बहुत दूर का बात. At least to become Vaishnavas, all Vaishnavas are Brahmanas. That means they will be in the Brahmanical culture. Even Kshatriyas also Brahmanas means they are having the qualities of Brahmanas. Even they do take up the service of Kshatriya. So, in modern days also, wherever there is a monarchy, sometimes the ministers and elderly members of the family select one member from the royal family to occupy the throne in preference to another. Yes, then that is known as monarchy. Swarviti Vatsareshta Bharya Suta Shadatmajan Pushparnam Tigmaketum Cha Ishamurjam Vasum Jayam. King Vatsara had a very dear wife whose name was Swarviti, and she gave birth to 6 sons named Pushparnam, Tigmaketu, Isha, Urja, Vasu, and Jaya. You can see that our diagram. So already we have seen this. Vatsara's wife is Swarviti, and she has 6 sons. Now we are going with Pushparna. He has how many wives? 2. Plus means wives, huh, Baba? Not son. ये प्लस रखा मानी इसके अर्थ पुष्पार्ण का पत्नी प्रभा है और पुष्पार्ण का दूसरा पत्नी दोषा नहीं दोषा okay. So next to Prabha has 3 sons and Dosha has 3 sons. So we'll be seeing few slokas on this. Pushparnasya Prabha Bharya Dosha cha dve babhutu Pratar madhyandinam sayam iti hyasan Prabha Sutta. Pushparna had 2 wives named Prabha and Dosha. Prabha had 3 sons named Pratar Madhyandinam Sayam. Morning, afternoon, evening names. Pradosho nishito vishta iti dosha sutastraya vishtaha sutam pushkarnyam sarvateja samadadhi. Dosha had 3 sons. Pradosha, Nishitha and Vishta. Vishta's wife was named Pushkarini and she gave birth to a very powerful son named Sarvateja. So Pushkarni Sarvateja. And Sarvateja's wife is Sachakshu Sutam Akutyam Patnyam Manumavapaha Manorasuta Mahishi Virajan Natvala Sutan Kurum Kutsam Tritam Jyupnam Satyavantam Ritam Vratam Agnishto Mamati Ratram Pratyumnam Stibim Ulmukam. Swarteja's wife Akuti gave birth to a son named Chakshusha, who became 6th Manu at the end of Manu millennium. Nadvala, the wife of Chakshusha Manu, gave birth to the following faultless sons: Puru, Kutsa, Trita, Jumna, Satyavan, Rita, Vrata, Agnishtoma, Atiratra, Pradyumna, Sibi, and Ulmuka. So that's why Swarteja's wife is Akuti, and Akuti's son is Chakshushamanu, wife is Nadvala, Chakshushamanus, and then these are all. In that Ulmuka we take. Ulmuka's wife is once again Pushkarini came. Vishta's wife is Pushkarini, and Ulmuka's wife also Pushkarini. Ulmuko janayat putran Pushkarinyam shaduttaman Anga sumana samkhyatim kratum angira samkhyatim. Of the 12 sons, Ulmuka begot 6 sons in his wife Pushkarini. They were all very good sons, and their names were Anga, Sumana, Khyati, Kratu, Angira, and Gaya. Next. Sunitangasya yapatni sushave venumulbanam yaddau shilya rajarshir nirvani niragat purat. The wife of Anga, Sunita, gave birth to a son named Vena, who was very cruel. The saintly king Anga was very disappointed with Vena's bad character and he left home and kingdom and went to the forest. Next. Yamanga Shepuh Kupita Vagvajra Munayah Kila Gatastostasya Bhuyaste Mamantur Dakshinam Karam Arajake Tadaloke Dasyu Vipedita Praja Jato Narayanam Shena Prutu Radya Shitirishwara. My dear Vidura, when great sages curse, their words are as invincible as thunderbolt. Thus, when they cursed the king Vena out of anger, he died. After his death, since there was no king, all the rogues and thieves flourished. The kingdom became unregulated, and all the citizens suffered greatly. On seeing this, the great sage took the right hand of Vena as a churning rod, and as a result of their churning, Lord Vishnu, in his partial representation, made his evident as King Prthu, the original emperor of the Pura story. Monarchy is better than democracy. Because if monarchy is very strong, the regulative principles within the kingdom are upheld very nicely. So that's why our vote is for what? Monarchy. Is monarchy is better than democracy. Democracy will be true when all the people, electors, should be very educated and known all the facts. Then democracy will be successful. If electors, that means the electing people, if they are not having the knowledge, all drunkards and they are sold out for themselves for 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, and such a people are electing the leader of the country. So is it democracy? It's not democracy actually. And they don't know what is the manifesto of that party. And nobody knows. And pros and cons, and they don't have any knowledge about. So what this kind of manifesto they have and how much is good for the society, they don't know anything. And such a people, and even some people are not drunkards, they don't have any knowledge. And in that kind of society, how can you expect that democracy will be successful? It's a foolishness. That means all the people of the country are going to elect our leader. Apparently, it looks so nice. But they are all educated. Do they know what is right and wrong? Do they know the manifesto of the each party? They are not biased. Can you say like that? They are completely unbiased, and they are not even they are not conditioned by their party, their place, their language, and their region, their caste. Like that they are there. Then how can you expect democracy is going to give a good result? It's a foolishness actually. It's a foolish game is played with all of us. So if you frankly analyze, our democracy, even 5% democracy also is not there. It's completely manipulation. It's completely bogus. People are elected, people are simply favor, they sell out themselves by caste. ये मेरा caste का है, हम दे देंगे. वो किस दिन अभी गंदा हो, दे दो. So even another caste person, he is there and who is very nice person, they will not give vote. In my language, my reason, or other he is giving money. While electing a person, while putting a vote, are you unbiased? That means without any bias, are you clearly observing his qualities, their manifesto, everything? And so with that unbiased nature, are you giving vote? If you are not giving, then how can you expect the democracy is there? Even some people who are intellectuals and good people, so they are also not giving any vote also. So as per that means for discussion wise, so nice. We are all given opportunity to elect our leader. This statement is nice, but implementation, you tell me. Is it possible to implement such a statement in this such a whole use 140 crores of people? Is it possible to educate them and unbiased, making them? Is it possible to make them unbiased? It's false, bogus. All Kali Yuga things are looking like apparently so nice, but inside very dangerous. Looking like so much this technology, this facilities looks very nice. That's what Bhagavad Gita Krishna explains. things which are manifesting out of passion, they look so nice in the beginning, but they will be giving pain after that. But things which manifest from the goodness, they look painful in the beginning, but they will give pleasure later. We so nice to use tractors, fertilizers, pesticides, this and that, and looking like very nice results, but they are going to give pain. All in this present situation, everything is manifested out of passion of the human being. All the political systems, all the systems, all the products, everything is manifesting out of passion. And that's why it looks so attractive in the beginning, but in the end, it is going to give a poison agent. It's becoming painful. But whatever the Vedic systems, all are looking very painful because they are all out of goodness. गाय लेके और बैल को बांध के जो तो जमीन कोई जमीन नहीं, उससे बॉडी का स्वास्थ्य मिलेगा. लेकिन अभी ग्राइंडर आ गया, पीसो, ट्रैक्टर आ गया, बस चला दो. अभी ग्राइंडर आ गया, ऐसे माता जी को बोलेंगे आप खुद से पीसो, नहीं पीसी. ग्राइंडर चलाएगी तो बहुत अच्छा लगा, लेकिन ड्रम होकर बैठे, ग्राइंडर खुद हो गई. Looking like so nice in the beginning, but it is going to give therapy for the kisanos, farmers, everything, all the techniques. So, but devotees should be cautious about this. They should have consciousness. What is right and wrong? What is the use of studying Bhagavad Gita then? What is the use? So, we are studying Bhagavad Gita means we should see things based upon that knowledge and try to give or change our priorities. Try to that means try to walk towards the right things. So, this monarch democracy looks so nice in the beginning, but later everyone is going to make all the leaders going to make the cheap politics, vote bank politics, and make the system hell actually. They already made it hell. And they are dividing the people to get the votes. And based upon the religion, based upon the language, based upon the caste, based upon the creed, based upon this, that, all the cheap techniques they play to get vote bank. But apparently looks democracy is so nice. And all the leaders also, big so-called leaders, hey, we are following democracy, this, our Mahan Bharat, democracy. We are so proud, 140 crores of people are following democracy. Which democracy you are speaking, Baba? What kind of democracy this is? Vote bank, cheap politics, this is democracy. Where is unbiased election of a leader? Where is that? This Krishna conscious movement is not there to follow someone, is there to lead everyone. This is the purpose of starting this movement. Srila Prabhupada didn't start this movement to all of us become followers of someone. He started this movement to lead the whole society. But we are becoming chamchas, followers. It's very unfortunate actually. Not understanding our Acharya's goal and mood. We have to think, what is the desire of our Acharya? Even 100 years ago, in the state of Kashmir in India, the king was so strong that if a thief were arrested in his kingdom and brought before him, the king would immediately chop off the hands of the thief. Now, अरे CRPC ये क्या है? अभी BNSS नया है ना अभी तो. India IPC is removed. You all of know. Now BNSS, भारतीय न्याय संहिता क्या है? हाँ? लायर साहब उड़ गया है तो छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए, यूज करना चाहिए उसको भी. BNSS IPC को ब्रिटिशर्स बना के गया. कौन, what offense and what punishment? So what is the punishment for what offense? This was defined by whom? Britishers 140 years ago. Britishers defined in 1890s or 70s. And that same IPC, Indian Penal Code, till now we kept. We don't follow our Dharma Shastras to design our IPC or Penal Code. But they change name, but everything, sections, everything is same. Almost all. To adapt our scriptures, guts रहना चाहिए, इतना आसान है. कोर्ट बैंक गिर जाएगा ना, लीडर भी नहीं, इंटरेस्ट नहीं. But who is going to change the face of the society? Who? Huh? I say we, say it loudly actually, we. इतना उत्साह भी नहीं actually. We Krishna conscious followers of Prabhupada. क्या बोल? अंधेरी नगरी तोपट राजा. हाँ? अच्छा अंधेरी के लिए लड़ेंगे. Actually, we have to systematically go. Actually, we should create communities. What is happening? We are preaching, but strength is not there in our community because communal spirit is not there. Even devotees are there; they became isolated and nuclear and individuals. Communal spirit nahi. Because we individually preaching, but we are not bringing them together and we are not making as a community actually. So that's a communal spirit when you cultivate in your congregation, in your people, then that will become power actually. Kalau Sangha Shakti. And that Shakti is going to conquer the opponent. So that's a communal spirit we should cultivate. Spiritual community. We should go deep into the Prabhupada's teachings, then we'll understand how to do these things. And when we adopt the complete understanding of Srila Prabhupada and his vision, then we can. That's very important actually. Helping devotees, helping all the devotee money should be with the devotees. Even in the cities also. So if lawyers are there, doctors are there, teachers there, and they have shops, there should be a communal spirit. So that means devotees should go to devotees and it should be like, so money also should go inside and cooperation should go inside and everything should go inside. So as much as possible, try to create such a communal spirit. So take all the database of the devotees, see what are those, and then try to connect, try to make an easy database so that if I need a doctor, so if there is any devotee doctor, then let me go there. Even little bit, so little far. That spirit is cultivated and that kind of so guidance and also facilities if you create. If there is a will, there is a way. If you get such a will, I want to create communal spirit in my congregation, then the way will come out. ऐसे इच्छा ही नहीं है, मरा पड़ा है बस, क्या है जाने दीजिए क्या है, हम खा रहे सो रहे बस जा रहे, तो क्या होगा? तो अच्छा वर्ड नहीं आएगा अभी, नेक्स्ट वर्ड क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं होगा. कुछ कम्युनिटीज देखिए वो लोग कितना कम्युनल स्पिरिट मेंटेन करते हैं ना. कुछ कम्युनिटीज उसमें आपको इनिशियली थोड़ा सा दर्द लगता है, लेकिन एक बार उसमें रस आने लगेगी एक्चुअली. एक स्टेज में आपस में रहने से बहुत मजा आता है. उसके लिए लीडर चाहिए. पावरफुल लीडर शुड लीड सच ए कम्युनिटी. ऐसा कम्युनिटी सिटी से जो वो उसके बाद आफ्टर दैट लेटर इट शुड बिकम ए स्ट्रांग कम्युनिटी ऑन द लैंड आल्सो. Physically also they should stay together. Then there is a power, even increased power will come in that. Now virtually, because now we have no opportunity to stay together. So the later step is, so physically also they should be in a community. So think for high. ऐसा है कि रोज रोज का आपका विचार डाउन नहीं जाना चाहिए. ये भी छोड़ दो, ये भी छोड़ दो, ये भी छोड़ दो। ज्वाइन करते समय इतना स्पीड से ज्वाइन किया, अभी ऐसा हो गया, मरा मरा हो गया। 20 साल होके 10 साल होते, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। आपका एंथुजियाज्म, आपका विजन और आपका गोल बढ़ते जाना चाहिए। यू हैव टू एम्ब्रेस द होल वर्ल्ड। ऐसा नहीं है कि बस मेरा खाना पीना चल रहा है, बस जो भी मेरा 16 माला चल रहा है बस हो गया। दिस इज नॉट द स्पिरिट ऑफ Srila Prabhupada. So in the monarchy system, judgment is also immediately used to come. Immediately finish. ऐसा नहीं कि ये कोड वो कोड लेके इतना सीआरपी, इतना प्रोसेस रहता है। वन क्राइम हैपेंस, देन हाउ मच प्रोसेस, यू नो, इतना पूरा डुप्लीकेट करना उसका, ये इतना लूप होल्स, देयर इज अ गुड चांस टू एस्केप। सच सिस्टम्स आर देयर, सो कॉल्ड जुडिशरी एक के पास रहेगा, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और एक के पास रहेगा, और ब्यूरोक्रेसी और एक। नाम के 3 लोग हैं, तीनों तीन को चीटिंग करते रहे। बेकार सिस्टम एक्चुअली। Present system, anyway, this is not going to be sustained. It will doomed actually, to be doomed. Such a democracy, people will be already frustrated actually by this democracy. So many people got frustrated, and they don't have any good leader to give vote. In this kind of, this frustration will increase. So devotees, if they come up with the nice plans, then many people will. And also all the sober people, they are frustrated with the so-called advancement and so-called lifestyle. Lifestyle is worst now, and nobody likes their own lifestyle, and सब मजबूर हो गए, मजबूर होके जी रहे हैं। Nobody is happy because there is no physical access, there is no fresh air, there is no good water, there is no so nice greenery, nothing. Lifestyle is so worst, and sleeping odd hours, they have to work. Nobody like, so many software employees, they don't like their lifestyle. So that's why the permanent solution is land, cows, and Krishna. This is and some monarchy. Vedic system, Vedic values, whatever dharman to sakshat bhagavad pranitam, whatever Lord given, that is only the perfect. The rule was that the things could be taken away only by the proprietor, and that no one else would touch them. As a Kashmir mein aisa tha system. Even something is falling on the road, nobody should touch, because otherwise hands will be chopped off. Because someone come to know he is having that, then he'll be proved as a thief, and king will chop off the hands. So that's why everyone is lying there on. 10 दिन के बाद भी वो अदर पड़ा रहता, सोना की ऐसे necklace. In so-called democracy, wherever there is a theft case, the police come and take note of the case, but generally the thief is never caught. Prabhupada is writing. Generally, the thief is never caught, nor is any punishment offered to him. In 1970s, he is writing this. Prabhupada, if he could have been now, then long, yes, and very strong also. As a result of incapable government, at that time he is saying incapable government. Now he will say, as a result of incapable government, at present moment, thieves, rogues, and cheaters are very prominent all over the world. 40, almost 50 years back, society was having at least some dharma was there, na? By seeing that, Prabhupada is not happy. Because then you should understand what is the ideal society, is a standard society. What he was envisioning. And now how far we came, we are all dragged actually. Prabhupada wanted us to create new and take everyone towards us. And but we are running behind him with these people. हाथ खड़ा कर दिया हम लोग, हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा, ये कम्युनिटीज नहीं बना पाएंगे, बस छोड़ो। नहीं, सब लोग बनाना है एक्चुअली, आप सब लोग लीडर्स है, You should have a right spirit, Prabhupada spirit. Don't get discouraged actually by this. So any activity in the mode of goodness, initially it gives pain actually. But in the future it will give so much pleasure. But some schemes and some things look so attractive. So those are all out of passion. Those may look so nice, but they are not going to give pleasure in the later time. So try to understand this. As a glittering gold के लिए भागना नहीं. Solid congregation, solid community बनाना चाहिए. ऐसा एकदम भीड़ बना देंगे. Of course, we feed the boys, and then after that, they will start supporting for 4 or 5 years. But if we ask them to stay in a community, एक भी नहीं आएंगे. Dedicate and do with us. थोड़ा money देंगे बस. That means how much committed devotees you are making. You have to see, not how many numbers you are making. How much dedication you are bringing in them. Also, you should check the depth of the dedication should be seen. Vidruva Tasya Sila Nidhe Sadhur Brahmanyasya Mahatmanah Ragnaha Kadama Buddhushta Praja Yadvimana Yayu. What do you think? So, please.
Vidura inquired of the sage Maitreya, and a Brahman, King Anga was very gentle. He had high character and was a saintly personality and a lover of Brahminical cultures. How it is that the great sword got a bad son like Vena, because of whom he became indifferent to his kingdom and debt.
Now, Vidura is inquiring after hearing this from Maitreya. Because Maitreya told this Anga was son of, what is that? What is the mother's name? Sunita. Anga's mother is Pushparni. Pushkarini. Pushkarini's son is Anga. Anga's wife is Sunita. Sunita's son is Vena. So Vena, because of his bad activities, he left, like that he told Maitreya. So then he's asking, whether he's inquiring now. So Anga was very gentle. अच्छा आदमी को बुरा लड़का कैसा पैदा हुआ? High character and was a saintly personality, lover of Brahminical culture. How is it that great soul got a bad son? Good father, bad son. I got it. In family life, a man is supposed to live happily with father, mother, wife, and children. But sometimes, under certain conditions, a father, mother, child, and wife becomes an enemy. What is that condition? It is said by Chanakya Pandit that a father is an enemy when he is too much in debt. A mother is an enemy if she marries for a second time. A wife is an enemy when she is very beautiful. And a son is an enemy when he is a foolish rascal. These are all niti actually. General, this is niti. They know nothing with the connection with this. General rules. Niti we call. Generally, such situations occur in this middle world. Therefore, according to Vedic culture, one has to take leave of his family members just after his 50th year so that balance of his life may be completely devoted in search of Krishna consciousness. Actually, in the generally family members who are the big enemies in their previous life, they become family members. So his enemy only will come as a wife. उसको torture करके रख दी. And this time is, after 2000, the people's horoscope, if you see astrology, most of the people are demonic people. Their chart is like that. You go and ask any Jyotishi, very bad chart. And they are all, that means with all the bad qualities, nobody having the chastity. Girls, all the love marriages. If you see the housing, 5th house and 7th house, if 7th house is a person looking towards 5th house, then there is love marriage. So those situations will be there. Most this dosha, that dosha. Because time is bad actually. So this kind of, that means generally enemies. So that nicely the revenge can be taken. Son will be taking revenge on son, father. Father will be taking revenge on son. Wife is taking revenge on husband. Because in the previous life, they were both were enemies. But he thinks that she is my wife, but actually she was enemy. आपका अभी का शत्रु आगे जन्म में पत्नी होने वाला है, आप कैसा लगेगी? क्योंकि उसी का चिंतन करते करते मर जाएंगे ना, तो इसीलिए उन्हीं का परिवार में चले जाएंगे. लाभ कर्म इज सो इंट्रिकेट. किम वाम हो वेन उद्दिश्य ब्रह्म दंडम अयुयुजन दंडव्रतधरो राज्ञी मुनयो धर्म कोविदा. Vidura also inquired, how is it that great sages who are completely conversant with religious principles desire to curse King Vena, who himself carried the rod of punishment and thus awarded him the greatest punishment? So yes. So he's asking, Vidura is asking, how this Vena got the Brahma curse, Brahmana Shapa. So purport. It is understood that the king is able to give punishment to everyone, but in this case, it appears that the great sages punished him. The king must have done something very serious, otherwise, how could the great sages, who are supposed to be greatest and most tolerant, still punish him in spite of their elevated religious consciousness? It appears also that the king was not independent of Brahmanical culture. So that means king is also under Brahmanical culture. That means he is controlled by Brahmanas. He cannot, of course, if Brahmana does wrong, then king will be having the right to punish. But it doesn't mean that the king is completely independent. It doesn't mean that means he's controlled by Brahmanas. Then Brahmanas are not going and sitting in the kingdom and in the royal court. No. They always maintain simplicity and they just collect only the amount they need to maintain their body, that much. Labho jiveta yavat. So, kamasya nendriya pritir labho jiveta yavat. Only that much they collect and they maintain their life so simple. Otherwise, if they make wealth, that will corrupt the consciousness. If wherever there is a money, corruption. Any strong person will be finished. More powerful than the woman is what? Money. You can get woman also through money. Money is honey. Money brings honey. पैसा फेंको बस आ जाएगा. इसीलिए पैसा जहां है वहां ब्राह्मण नहीं, ब्राह्मणत्व तो नहीं रहेगा. Wherever there is money, there is no Brahmana. Donations also. That's why our system is whatever donations you get, you just spend it lavishly. Finish it. No storage. This is not our principle. 10 crore, 15 crore, 20 crore, 100 crore. Nahi. So because wherever there is money, there is immediately corruption actually. Next step is corruption. कितना भी अच्छा हो, मार्केटिंग में भेजो, परचेजिंग में तो 1-1, 2-2 लाख रुपए का परचेजिंग, in every week. निश्चित रूप से आ जाएगा कुछ ना कुछ. You justify your mistake also with your own logic. Your theft also justify with your own. You say that I am also working for Krishna and everything is Krishna's and I can't take this much. I can. Don't think. So so powerful. Maya is so powerful. We justify. And we feel ourselves so comfortable. So Brahmanas means they live on alms. Patan, yajana, yadana, dana, pratigrana. Dan, pratigrana. If they get more, then they give charity and they maintain simple life. So even if they get a lot of collection donations, we don't reject, but we spend it for Krishna. Finish it immediately and always fresh. Fresh thali leke jayenge. So then what will happen? Then simplicity will be maintained. Brahmanatvam will be maintained there in that place. Brahmanical culture will be maintained. So such a Brahmanas can control the Kshatriya. They never look for the Kshatriya's opulence. No. They are not sold out by the opulence and position of the Kshatriya. No. They always control any mistake done by. That means they always look for any dosha in Kshatriya. Immediately they suggest you are wrong. That's why they are powerful. Brahma Balam is more powerful than the Kshatra Balam. Kshatriya, that's why Vishwamitra changed his position. Became Raja too, he became Rajarshi. And such a Brahmanical person is very close to absolute truth. He can easily understand. So that's why in our Daivarnashrama, everyone maintain Brahmanical, even Vaishyas also in Brahmanical culture. They all follow their own dharma, then automatically they are in Brahmanical culture. They are close to the mode of goodness. That Vaishya is also in no mode of goodness. If he follows strictly his dharma and without expecting any pleasure from that, if he offers that to Lord with love, then he is in goodness. The Brahmanas were so powerful that simply by their cursing, one would immediately die. एक बंद करिए ये नहीं तो अच्छा टाइम is नावज्ञेयः प्रजापालः प्रजाभिरगवानपि यदवसो लोकपालानां बिभर्त्योजः स्वतेजसा. It is the duty of all citizens in a state never to insult the king. Even though he sometimes appeared to have done something very sinful, because of his prowess, the king is always more influential than all over the ruling chiefs. That means in the leader, even in the house, father, a teacher, and also king, in who are in the leading position, if they have a little mistake, some mistakes, so follows they should not immediately point out that. No. It will be very bad actually. But if he is doing intolerable, whatever, so mistake, then we have to raise definitely. But for simple things like husband, some little bit he is not feeling inconvenience, wife, she should not complain. For all simple. Similarly, the teacher, similarly king, similarly father. So they should tolerate actually. That is the point here, it is said. According to Vedic civilization, the king is supposed to be representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is called Narayana, indicating that Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appears in human society as the king. That means we are sitting in the king position, automatically the powers are coming to him. He is able to control people, wealth is coming to him. That means Shadaishwarya's portion is coming to him. So that's why Bhaga is coming to him. That's why he is known as representative of the Lord. It's not that he is now becoming something chamatkar. No. Position itself is a if he's getting means he's getting that powers means he's becoming representative of the Lord. It is etiquette that neither a Brahmana nor a Kshatriya king is ever insulted by citizens. So Brahmanas and Namo Brahmanya. Brahmana should not be insulted, and Kshatriyas also. Even though a king appears to be sinful, the citizens should not insult him. But in the case of Vena, it appears that he was cursed by Naradevata. That means he did such a heinous activities. So such a heinous activity. That's why these Brahmanas who are tolerating themselves, such a people cursed. You can understand. So we'll stop here. Yes. And tomorrow we'll finish this chapter and also next chapter. Not big chapter there. Within 2.5 hours also, within 5 days, 5 chapters we finished. Here 4.5 hours. No problem. We can finish. Okay, any questions? How many? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Aadha गिर गए. Half. 12:13. Hey, attendance sheet, where is that?
Who has question?
Yes. Where is attendance sheet? डाल दिए क्या attendance? अच्छा. दिखाइए. एक बार देखना अच्छा है ना. बाद में तो बदलेंगे. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. अच्छा. 33 में 14 आ गए.
Three devotees they are engaged partially in Guru-Meeting service, and 2 devotees are outside because poison shifted in their face because of that. And around 9 devotees I sent email after 1:30 asking their exorcism.
Okay. Some strictness we should maintain. To say थोड़ा सा. नहीं तो आटी के.
Send email to 9:10.
Any question, Prabhu? Your question?
Really, I heard that to make things better, governance like that. So rather, like you're telling about communities, that's also very nice. This thing. Then why not preach the leaders so that if they get transformed, then that can.
That's also many means. You can preach leaders, and you can start actually. So coaching center for IS and judges. These 2 are very important areas: judiciary, administration, and bureaucracy. So you are going for politicians is one area, but what about bureaucracy? So I'm adding 2 more things. And what about judiciary? If whoever is writing for law set, so you have your boys actually. If you preach for them, or if you have your own coaching center, and who are trained by your philosophy, and they are going to become future judges and lawyers, it will give big difference actually. And similarly, your trained people, that means who accepted your philosophy, such as people are becoming administrators, like magistrates and like other posts. That is a more effective actually in for future actually for us. We want our own communities. If our people are there, then they can allot the land, they can allow the sanction the road. And judiciaries, our people are there, then they will stop the bills which are going against to the dharma. Because if you see in present judiciary also, there are the Indian constitution, there are articles are there. And what judge will do, judge will take the previous cases and judgments, and he will also see the articles. Ultimately, end of the day, judgments comes from his heart only. If his heart is more Krishna conscious, then judgment also will be like that one. Because nobody is going to rule him actually. Why you are giving all this judgment? Nobody. So that's why if our devotionally oriented people are judges, there is a big difference actually in the another coming 30, 40 years. So that's a youth preaching. If you want to do, those areas are more. These people, what? These engineers, they will give thoda sa paisa denge. After passing out from our base, another 5 years or maximum 10 years they give. 4,000, 5,000. That रोते गाते देते हैं. उसके बाद गया कहाँ जाए पता ही नहीं. उससे क्या ज्यादा एक दो बिल्डिंग बना पाएंगे आप. क्या करेंगे. यही कर रहे हैं ना आप लोग अभी.
We are teaching them to become full time. That's why. Because they are jobless after tea.
That is good actually. We want missionaries also who can work, and also we should think for the so communal spirit and
We tried teaching doctors also, but they don't have time. They are so having lot of syllabus.
go for these arts and this kind of areas, judiciary and IAS.
IS they study for 18, 19 hours in a day. That's
No. You at least do catering for them or something. Just you don't need to preach. Just to start your own facilitate them. Coaching center you start. Catching some strong people like that.
We have to change our motive.
Uh-huh.
We have to change, because when now we are preaching, our purpose is to find
Full-time devotees.
That is our purpose.
But our encroaching society. That is our motive.
Result. Current result.
Huh?
Result will not get present time.
Oh, result, but you don't get loss also. They will give you your money. Yeah? So whatever you are spending money here, they will give that also, of course. But we should think. We should think actually. And also you can encourage if you can preach to degree colleges also, but we don't go further. Generally, so judiciary who go? Law colleges also. You can target law colleges.
Engineering students also they take to IAS.
Yes, but LLB they don't. Very few. After doing engineering, very few people go for LLB. But judiciary is also very important area. Actually. We have three areas: administration, bureaucracy, and judiciary. Judiciary should take into hand. Muslims, they are already, they see so many judges. They targeted 50 years, almost 70 years back. हम लोग ऐसे सोते रह गए तो ऑलरेडी काम चले गए. यदि एक हर साल में एक दो आईएएस भी हमारा होगा तो 20 साल के बाद कितना 40-50 डिस्ट्रिक्ट हमारा होता तो कितना अच्छा रहेगा. You can see what are the possible means. If your vision is big, then you will get so many ways. Already vision छोटा सा है तब तो हम लोगों का विचार भी वैसे ही, एक्शंस भी वैसे ही. And apart from this, then we should get the land, our own communities. That is another task actually. And training, and every temple should have Varnashrama college. And train all the devotees. So in that Varnashrama college, so that they can fit to stay on the community, which is based upon land and cows. So such a training also we should training Varnashrama college. I started developing curriculum actually. So some basic draft is now drafted. So then gradually we try to help the temples who want to start Varnashrama college and how to gain the skillful teachers and so on. That is one thing. And people who are at least they want to be cities, then preach to judges, preach to this IS and in that area, administrative area and judiciary, and create the city communal spirit actually. Make all the database of the congregation, interlink them, connect them actually. Make it develop an app so that our devotees if they want. So in this area, a doctor. So if your app is going to provide that address, then they will go to our devotee. Devotee doctor. You are understanding my point? Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Gaur Prema.